We know that Hamas is holding more than 200 hostages, including more than 20 children among them. Israel believes most are still alive. This news about these 2 Americans released comes just as Israel appears to be on the brink of launching this ground incursion into Gaza, which would, of course, take this war into a new phase, raise the stakes on the growing humanitarian crisis facing Palestinian civilians caught in the middle, Palestinian civilians who, of course, are not Hamas. But again, the breaking headline at this hour, 2 American hostages are now in the safe hands of the Red Cross. Their names, Judith Raanan, 59 years old, Natalie Raanan, 17 years old. And again, that powerful image you see right there, that is believed to be just after Natalie's high school graduation. It is believed this afternoon that they are safe. An extraordinary development. Let's get to our chief foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell, also following. He has late reporting. What have you learned, Ian?
Yeah, that's right, David. So the names that you confirmed, apparently from Evanston near Chicago, and you're right that apparently they were over in Israel just visiting relatives. We believe an elderly grandmother who may have been celebrating her birthday. There was a statement from Hamas, which we have been able to verify, in response to Qatari efforts. And I think that's absolutely crucial because we've been talking about negotiations involving third parties. The Qataris have very close relationships with Hamas. In fact, Hamas has an office in Doha, in Qatar, and so they're an obvious interlocutor. They're also a country that provides funding that goes through Israel into Gaza. They're saying in response to Qatari efforts, Hamas, or they've referred to their military wing, the Al-Qassam Brigades, have released 2 American citizens, a mother and a daughter, for humanitarian reasons, they say. And they also go on to make a political statement to say that this is to prove to the American people the statements that have been made by the Biden administration are false. It's not clear to me what statements they mean. We're saying they've been handed over to Red Cross. It's potentially going to be the Red Crescent, same organization, just slightly different name to reflect the religion of the region. Questions now about what direction they would necessarily be heading in, and we'll wait to learn facts about that. The border on the Israeli side, the Erez crossing, is firmly closed, so one imagines that it's more likely to head they're more likely to head across into Egypt. But we know there have been complex negotiations about that border opening. But this is huge. This is an enormous breakthrough. You know, we spoke earlier today to the son of one of those hostages, 71, Chaim Perry, and he was really concerned because he felt that the Israeli government wasn't going to prioritize the release of the hostages. He took great comfort from what President Biden said when he came to Israel, when he said that hostages were the #1 priority. And there is that inbuilt tension because for Israel, they've made it clear again and again to our colleague Matt Gutman and to others, and I've heard this as well from Israeli sources, that their priority is to try and dismantle Hamas, and that actually the concerns of the hostages will come second. President Biden made it clear it's their primary. Now, is this a breakthrough? Will this lead to further hostages being released? We'll have to wait and see. It's an important peace offering, something that the Qataris potentially have lent on Hamas for. Interestingly, it's been very, very quiet here over the last few hours, and that may well be part of the picture of what we're seeing. Hamas was very clear that it would release some women, children, men of foreign nationalities if the conditions allowed. And they weren't entirely clear, but of course we know what they want is a cessation to the bombing.